is my vintage flex. So this isn't a replica, this is a ink flash gum. So it has the ink and the patent number just under here. So the whole, so the upper and lower is a vintage, clamps vintage, the top button's vintage, the bunny is a vintage, side tab's vintage, then the lower button is TGS, then it has Wonga Wonga grips, D-rings, Wonga Wonga, I think, I can't remember if it's Sloth Furnace or Wonga Wonga, I can't remember, and then the tape as well, because this is set up in a Empire Strikes Back configuration. So I've installed this with a Proffie 2.2 Shock V3 NeoPixel pin set, 18650 wide power keeper battery, 2.1mm recharge port, a 28mm 3W KR bass speaker, and then it has a Goth Knight chassis. So it has bronze and copper metal parts. That's a quartz crystal, it's got a slight blue twinge to it. So then if you just, so there's your recharge port and your kill switch. So you turn it on.
Hello there.
And then if you rotate that, you then have got some NeoPixels here. Crystal chamber, and then there's 2 more NeoPixel strips inside here. So it's on a 4-blade setup. They're all independently programmable, apart from the 2 side ones, they're programmed together. But you can have it doing all sorts of features. So it's got side tab, which is your auxiliary, and then your top button is your power. It's incredibly loud. So it's got twist on and twist off activation. It's running the latest OS, I can't remember, it's 5.9 or something like that. And then when you put the pommel on, it's a little bit quieter, but it's still... So the chassis is fully removable, so always turn it off when you're removing your chassis. Just take the clamp off, so this bit does come off. So all you got to do is you undo the 2 buttons, push your side tab up, and then just slide it out. So then your Proffie ball's just under here. This comes off. Nice and clean install. And then you do have access to the board and SD card just through there. So turn it back on.
Hello there.
So there's the NeoPixels. They do act differently when it's turned on. So just going to run through some of the sound fonts.
What is it? Father's lightsaber. This is the weapon of a Jedi Knight. Not as clumsy or random as a blaster. Elegant weapon, but a more civilized age. For over 1,000 generations, the Jedi Knights were the guardians of peace and justice in the Old Republic. Before the Dark Times. Before the Empire.
So I've weathered the chassis as well to give it sort of an aged look to it to match, and the brass and the copper has been weathered and aged.
I sense something, a presence I've not felt since.
So most of the sound fonts in here are either Luke, Graphics or Fader inspired. Sorry, excuse me.
I suggest you try it again, Luke. This time, let go your conscious self and act on instinct.
With the blast shield down, I can't even see. How am I supposed to fight?
Your eyes can deceive you. Don't trust them.
So you got lock up, blaster.
Stretch out your feelings.
You know, I did feel something. I could almost see the remote.
That's good. You've taken your first step into a larger world.
So some of the sound fonts have got pre-ons, pre-offs. There's music.
Lord Vader.
So it's Logon Vader.
The Force is with you, young Skywalker. But you are not a Jedi yet.
I don't know if the music's still on. So some of the music's actually like sound effects, and sometimes it's music, depending on the sound font.
I am your father. Luke, join me on the dark side of the Force. My son, it is the only way.
Jabba, this is your last chance. Free us or die.
Luke, help me take this mask off.
So they're sort of in like an order. So like there's A New Hope, then Empire Strikes Back, then Return of the Jedi, then there's some newer ones.
I need a weapon!
Force Awakens.
Young Rey.
Be with me.
So that one's with Rise of Skywalker.
Are you a Jedi? I am.
And the Mandalorian Luke rescue.
Obi-Wan
And back to the
Kenobi.
beginning. So then to put it back in, turn it off, line it up, make sure your side tab's pushed up, and then you push it in. It is extremely tight fit, even the bottom's tight and everything. So you just put it in, and then if you just give it a little bit of a squeeze, it should just slide up. As if I haven't moved it out of line. Yeah, I had. So get it lined up. It should just pop straight up. I moved it back. And it pops in place. Pop one of your buttons on. And then that holds it in place. And if you move your side tab back down, so it's in line with the button then.
Hello there.
What is it?
I suggest you try. Lord Vader.
So if the auxiliary is not working, it's because the button's up too high. So just like slide it down.
The Force. No. I am your father.
It moves,
Jabba,
moves quite
this is your
freely.
last chance. Free us or die.
And then obviously the button shine through, but it's got the button. Yeah, right, so I'll pop a little blade in. I've got a little test blade. I'll pop a little blade in and show some of the play styles on another video. All right, any questions, feel free to ask.